Hello, everybody. This is TV Ultimate here. Welcome to the Tomb Raider 3 review. Um, I already, did my reviews on another computer, a newer computer, and yeah, it it got hacked, broke down, or something, and it doesn't work. So I have to wait till it can be fixed. But in the meantime, I probably lost, maybe 700 videos. Um, but that's okay. The biggest loss is probably the Tomb Raider 3 reviews because I put a lot of time and effort into them. Fortunately for both of us, I wrote down, everything that I would actually talk about. I would go beyond that in my reviews or whatever, uh, just to highlight some things, go over some things that weren't talked about. But it was more than that. It was actually going into research and details that were kind of like in the background, like the lore and whatever, because I actually cared about getting an analysis in and you know, going beyond because this stuff was pretty interesting to look at. Also, any personal connections with the level. So we are starting things off on an interesting note here. Lud's Gate is is the worst level in the entire game, and we'll get it started with Lud's Gate. We will try to go back to back, so if it's a little quick, that's probably why, because I want to get as much of the review done as possible. The quality is still there, but the extra stuff might not be there. So, um, but yeah, I think the Aldowich video was like, when I had COVID or whatever. So, this will be almost a year, coming back into the review or whatever. So, that's interesting. All right, let's get. You start where you left off, below a pit, facing that dude that didn't have a face's chair. The curious music plays. You were tasked with getting the embalming fluid from the British Museum. The guy needs uh, to rub that lotion on his face, and it needs to be prepped just right. That is why its receptacle is alleged with Egyptian symbols and UV light beaming on it. The room itself is made to look like an old time house. You have huge candles that may burn the place down, wooden floors with strips of iron binding them, also red bricks that are different shades and are chipped, different shades of red, Um, and a rock ceiling that is higher in some places. The audacity of this level, providing a false sense of security, is sinister. I really had it out for this level when I did the review. It was really, yeah. You see, the review takes a lot of time. I have to actually play the level and also, script the level pretty much frame by frame for Tomb Raider 3, and then, you know, actually do this part, which is the video part. I don't go back over my things. I just fix it in the video part, honestly. uh, yeah. So the audacity of this. Okay. If you were fighting the thugs before, they are suddenly your friends. However, if you so much as shoot one bullet into one, they will hunt you down. So if you don't have flares and use your pistols to see, you are screwed. They can kind of lead you to where you need to go, but they seem lazy and direct you only partially where you need to go. You get out of the room and into a dark hallway. This is the only time the thugs lead you. You go to a room that has a wooden floor, a blocked area high up and to the left, and two square pools of water. They are at a low height and are there for some reason. The real focus of this area is twofold: waste your time or participate in a timing activity. If you want to waste your time, go to the center blue hallway, which has nothing, except for a large medpack. It will also lead you to where you need to go without a secret. And for this path, I will skip the red hallway. Path 1, the descent. Okay, so you will go up a graded ladder with a trapdoor on the right bottom and barbed wire on the left bottom to catch your fall. There is a red light that signals the secret and a green light that signals a goodie. We will talk about that later. At the top of the ladder on the right side, there is an opening which you can crawl through. This crawl space grading hallway is actually above the Sphinx. You will see later in path 2. You crawl till you find an opening, pull up, then drop into the lab room where a pushable block is. There is also an officer with a single pistol waiting for you, so you take him out with a shotgun or pistols if you are daring. Then you push a button by a door which opens it and lets a guard come to your position. You deal with them, then you pull and push the block to the gray tile. It will unblock the opening. The curious music plays and you go to a wooden ladder. You grab the wooden ladder, go through the hallway and push another block to a gray tile. You climb the block, climb through an opening and drop onto the other side. The big block column blocks the door again, but also makes the trapdoor horizontal. This allows you to climb the ladder, ceiling, and monkey bar your way over to a crawl space which has a lever. That lever opens up a door up above which you will go to later. You will get back to that tall block, grab a ledge above you, climb through a crawl space, drop into a hole, and climb out. You go to the right in a red hallway, go down a slope, and fall through a hole. You go to that lab, pull the block off of the gray tile, and unblock that area. Now the wooden ladder is complete, so you can get to the second level, after you pull a lever adjacent to the ladder. If you do a standing jump, she will climb with all of her body. If you do an action jump, she will climb with half of her body. You shimmy over to the ledge, then do a risky jump to another ledge. Then run. And cut the corner to get to another ledge. You jump over a hole that is covered by a trapdoor and somehow grab the ceiling even though there is no indication that it is traversable. You then slide down a slope and make an iffy jump that you psych yourself out with. You could die if you fall. You pull up, go through the door, pull up a ledge, then you slide down a slope to a breakable tile. This is the choice. Do you get the embalming fluid up top by jumping for it, or do you fall down to take a shortcut? You will miss two secrets if you descend, and the breakable tile will break quickly. You drop down, slide down a ramp, and fall into a really long shaft. You are forced to swim through a white tunnel by a current. You swim upward and reach a red strip that has two sets of harpoons. Path 2, the ascent. This choice is always better. You don't skip secrets and you get rewarded by tons of goodies. It is harder to deal with, but it is necessary for the bonus level and feels rewarding. So let's actually get the secrets this time and go to the red hallway on the left. Once you enter the hallway, the door will close and you will be forced to go down a slope. When you get to the bottom, you have to climb up into an opening before the spiked ceiling touches you. You will take 3% damage at your best and 10% damage at your worst. You go into this room with a button that opens up a trapdoor above and a rock area that leads to the first secret. There is an area beyond that area which you will be in about 30 to 40 minutes from now, but you can't go to because of barbed wire. You go on the rock wall, take it to the right side where you find a ledge with no rocks, and drop and grab a shimmy space. If you fall, you will get stabbed by the barbed wire, so make sure you hold the shimmy space. You want to shimmy to the right until you reach a crawl space which you can climb into. You stumble into a dark hallway to find the first secret, a large med pack and flares. Then you jump up a little before the flares to grab a ledge and pull up. Then you do a standing jump to climb up onto a ledge, then a long running jump to clear the slope and get back to the rock area. You then push the button, climb out of the room, and grab the grating ladder. You can do a backflip to go to the blue hallway and get a large med pack. You climb on the left side till you get to the red lit white line. You want to do an 180-degree roll and grab a graded ladder behind you. You grab with all your body, immediately drop, and grab and pull up at the same time. You will successfully get the second secret, a single rocket, but it is better than nothing. Once you get out of this secret crawl space, you back up, climb down the graded ladder, and do a 180-degree roll at the right spot to climb the main ladder again. If you feel daring, you can get shotgun shells and a save crystal. Just climb to the top white line of the green lit area and do a backflip. Caution, you have to be perfectly positioned. Once you do that, slide down the slope and grab the main ladder. You want to shimmy on the right now so you can climb up into the crawl space hallway up above. You get into the crawl space hallway. At the end, you will fall. To get shotgun shells in a place you can't drop into. You then find a hole in the ceiling. You climb through it, find shotgun shells, and fall through a hole. You blast the guard below with a shotgun, then push a button to open the door up. You get rid of another guard, then you take a look at your surroundings. There's a hallway that ends with a red wall and a junction that is blocked by a huge column block. So what do? Well, you move a block in the lab room from the right side to the left side on a gray tile. For some reason, they put a printer and a weird golden fixture thing behind unbreakable glass, and I don't know why it is here. Anyway, once you put the block in place, you hear a noise of something big moving, and behold, you have a new room to explore. So once you enter the room, you hear the curious music. You see the path of a column indented, which is a clue. You have a trapdoor that is vertical on the right side and a trapdoor that is pushed inwards on the opening of the wooden ladder wall, and they are both climbable. There is also a lever that you can only access by using the moving column block, and it is on the second level. By analyzing these clues, you should know what to do. We get a small med pack first, though, so we go behind the columns and get it. First step is to go into the opening of the ladder wall, then you cut a corner and push a block onto a gray tile. You get up the block, climb through the ceiling, drop through the hole on the other side, and find that the moving column block has moved. Although that trapdoor at the wooden ceiling area has activated. First, you want to go left. so you can get the save crystal. Then you want to go right, to drop, grab, and climb through a crawl space to pull a lever. This lever will open the door on the second level, which is ultimately where you need to go, but you need to reset the movable climbing block again. Aside, by the way, you see a constant Egyptian theme divided into humans and animals. It seems less detailed than Tomb Raider 1's Egyptian theme, but that is okay. Also, the columns are made of brown bricks for some reason, and the ground is made of grass. Why? So you do a long running jump and grab to the movable climbing block, which is at the door again. You grab a ledge above you, then you climb into a crawl space and drop down to a hallway. The hallway is red. You drop down a hole, move that block off a gray tile, and go back to that Egyptian room. Since the column is back, you can pull the lever, which will allow you to climb the ladder while folding. You go up it, shimmy to the left, jump to a diagonal ledge, cut the corner, and decide to go left to get some goodies. You grab shotgun shells and flares, then prepare for that stupid slope jump. So you want to jump off that slope at the end of the slope and hope that you grab the ledge at the other side of the room. Once you make it, this is where you have a choice. You can descend or ascend, and this time I choose ascend, which is the right choice. So you jump immediately after you slide down the slope, grab the ledge, and pull up. There are two sarcophagi, one on the left and one on the right. Literally stinking up the place. You grab the embalming fluid that they were guarding and crawl through the crawl space that looks like snow camo. You grab Uzi clips, then you drop out of the hole and pummel a guard with a puny pistol. You are blocked with going further by a door, so you go into a crawl space to get to the other side of the door. Once you are at the other side of the door, you kill a guard and push a button to open two doors. Through one of the doors, you can get a rocket, then go down a hole. You are presented with a grading ceiling path, and at the other side there is a save crystal. Don't go to the save crystal. You want to do a standing jump to grab the ceiling path. Then you work your way till the camera pans. That is your cue to drop. You drop onto the top of the Sphinx and line your jump to hit the point of the triangle that is towards the south end of the room. To avoid damage, I would move a little bit to the right to hit the slope that leads to the ledge. There is a rocket at the face, but it is a death sentence. Anyway, you jump to the ledge, grab a small med pack, then jump to a column. Then you jump to a ramp and jump to a ledge that has the third secret at the other end. The third secret is two rockets and a save crystal. Once you get them, find the right spot to slide off the Sphinx. This is the same Sphinx as the Tomb Raider 1 Sphinx, except there are no ways to get inside it. You fall to the ground, go around the Sphinx, and kill a guard inside a hallway. Then you go further along the wall to get shotgun shells. Okay, now we are close to the thug base once again. You want to pull up onto a white ledge and pull a ladder block towards you. Then you do a diagonal standing jump to reach a crawl space which contains the fourth secret. The fourth secret has a rocket and a large med pack, which you grab. Then you get out, climb the ladder block to a graded ladder up and to the right, then fall down a hole and push that same ladder block further. Then you pull a ladder block towards you, go to that space you just created, climb the ladder block, go onto the other side, and you have reached the base. You go back to the room, place your vial of embalming fluid onto a ledge underneath the UV lights, and a door will open for you. Finally, we get into the actual level, the meat. Do not kill any thugs because you are guaranteed to catch fire. You go through the door and drop through a long shaft with water at the bottom. It is important to know of a bug in this area, which is caused by saving and reloading. See, if you want to get the 6th secret, you don't save in this area at all. If you do, a possible invisible wall will stop you from entering the room with the 6th secret. This has happened multiple times on the PS3 version for me, so be careful. People on the internet say that it is only PC, but that is not the case. You would have to potentially restart the whole level over, which would be devastating. I never had this happen with the PS1 version, so yeah, it's PS3 problems. So you swim in a dark, murky area with nothing to light it but a yellow underwater vehicle. This water is the absolute worst. Players can't cut through the murk, and the developers decided that tight spaces were good to go through in these conditions. Even the light from the underwater vehicle does not help as much as you expect. The yellow underwater vehicle can launch your harpoons in a straight line from the launcher portion at the front of your vehicle. The light is yellow and illuminates 3 tiles, and a half tile in front of you, and a half tile to the left, and a half tile to the right. The light is placed where the launcher is and is a cylinder of light that dissipates at about a quarter of a tile. The vehicle has wings on either side, which allows you to glide in the water and sucks for turning. The vehicle is propelled at about 1 mile per hour, more than Laura's swimming speed, but is essential for saving your breath. You find a way through the murky water to an underwater cave. There are 3 places to go before you are done with the area. Go right through a hole to get some air, take care of an alligator, then go to the left area to get a save crystal. You then go to a random area to the left of the lit path and get 2 bundles of harpoons. After you do that, you fight an alligator, go to the lit path, and get carried by the current to that room you saw in path 1. You swim up to the surface and find a red ledge with 2 sets of harpoons. Unfortunately, you have to leave the underwater vehicle behind. You go to the other side of the ledge, swim through some more murky water, and you see the 6th secret on the other side of the glass, illuminated by another underwater vehicle. You ignore that for now and pull a brown lever on a green wall, which is really hard to see. There is air up above, and it is under a place where a guard will be, and the entrance to the 6th secret. You pull the lever, you open a trap door, which will allow you to open an underwater door. You go through the underwater door, and it's pitch black murkiness again. Your goal is to get the 6th secret, not the 5th secret, so you can't be spotted by the frogman. His light signals where he is looking, and if he so much as glances at you, then no 6th secret. The risky old way that I used to do, or the semi-easy way that will consume your breath. So the risky old way would be to go to that skinny area, pull up, crawl, get yourself in position, and somehow backflip over some rocks to the area you need to go. And you do it without the frogman spotting you. Then there's the other path, which saves a lot of time, but you have to deal with the pitch black murky water. So the frogman won't spot you if you are on the ground of the water area, which is hard because you have to change elevations perfectly. You somehow find a crawl space, like opening in the wall, scramble to find the lever quickly and pull it. This will open a trap door that will allow you to get to the rock area easier. You go back to the skinny area, pull up, and crawl all the way to the open trapdoor hole, making sure you hug the wall. You drop, grab a safe crystal, pull up, and crawl your way to the rock area. At the rock area, you will find an opening to the alarm hallway area. We will go to the crawl space area on our right later, but for now we will go to the left and pursue the sixth secret. You run fast, past the guard, drop into the water quickly, and get inside the secret room before the door closes. The alarm will always sound and the frogman will try to stop you from getting into that room. You did it. You got the infamous sixth secret, but it isn't over. You are being chased by the frogman himself. You jump onto the underwater vehicle, gun him down, and claim your hoard. The sixth secret consists of 3 sets of harpoons and a save crystal on top of an underwater vehicle. If you get the underwater vehicle here, you won't see it in the underwater cave system coming up. That underwater vehicle is also guarded by a dead diver and a large medpack, I believe. But why use the harpoon gun? Anyway, before we get the 5th secret, we want to take care of 2 guards and scour the land for goodies. We kill the guard standing directly above us to get the boiler room key, which blends in so well with the floor. Then we kill the guard in the alarm hallway, go to that crawl space area, and get flares and a save crystal. Then we go back to where we killed the guard, find a hole in the boxes, and get a stack of 3 sets of harpoons. We go to an island and get a large medpack. Then go to the skidding area and pull up. We get harpoons on a rocky area. Then we get harpoons on the location the frogman was at. Then we climb into a crawl space where you try to avoid the frogman, drop into a hole to get a small medpack and climb out. Then you jump and grab a high ledge and a set of harpoons. Then you are ready to get the 5th secret. You go into the water, find a random crawl space hole, and get Desert Eagle clips for the 5th secret. It is hard getting out of this hole, so be careful. Now you are ready for the underwater cave system. Well, after a tunnel that has 2 divers. You are in the 6th secret area. You use the underwater vehicle to decimate 2 divers in the tunnel. Then you are presented with 16 options. 4 of them are dead ends. 1 of them has a save crystal. Another has a large medpack. My tip for this area is to locate the air route. This will help tremendously. Also, you should get rid of every enemy that pops up at this part. You don't want to have to deal with them. That means the 3 drivers and 2 alligators that pop up at certain points. Okay, so you got some air. Your job is to pull a lever at the bottom red area, which will open a door in a green room. When you get to this room, avoid the small medpack and just pull the lever. Then immediately go to the air room and get your breath back. Going into this room to get through the door is a pain because you have to turn your vehicle downwards and not hit anything. Once you pull the lever, a door in a red column room will open up. You go through that room and that doorway and have to park your underwater vehicle at a position that faces the door, which is awkward. You pull the lever, which opens the door in another green room, and attempt to get on the vehicle. A diver is waiting for you. You get some air and prepare to get through the trapdoor and on your way to take out a diver. You go through the room, somehow fit through the trapdoor, then you swim upwards till you reach the surface. Then you grab a ledge, find burners on top of the ledges, and decide to turn them off. You do that by pulling a lever at the surface of the water. Then you grab a set of harpoons. You get back up the ledge, jump onto the burner platforms, and make it to the other side. If you are curious about where the path on the left leads, it goes to nowhere. But the path above that leads to the elevator shaft with a tempting jump to a crawl space that you won't make. You round the corner and find a hallway with pistons that will take quite a bit of your health if you touch them, and there are 3 of them. You find a waterfall hiding a crawl space. We will get to that later. For now, we want to do a running jump and grab to catch the grating in the ceiling. There is a graded ceiling path that leads to a red area which has shotgun shells and desert eagle clips. There is also that path to the elevator shaft that I was talking about, which is a waste of time. Anyway, we get to that crawl space, drop through, and insert the boiler room key. We go through the door, grab a safe crystal, and push a button which opens the door in another red room. At this point, that air room is now blocked, so you would have to go to the sixth secret area to get air. Anyway, we get back to that trapdoor, go past an alligator, and find this red room. Try not to get lost. We go through the door and immediately pull up till we reach the surface. The end is finally in sight. There is a ledge behind that has a large med pack, and you need to save here. Otherwise, you will lose a lot of progress, and you don't want that. Nope. In front of you, you have squeaky pendulum-like gears on ledges that can one-hit kill you or knock you off. Here is my tip. Get as much room on these ledges as you can and properly line up your jumps. If you fail, there is a big grease trap below you that acts like quicksand. You make it. You get into the hallway and follow it to a guard, which will take which you take out, and follow it to an elevator shaft that has no options. What you are supposed to do is go to the starting area of the hallway and pull up through the ceiling. You slide down a slope, pull up, then pull up on your right to a blue snow camo hallway. You come to the shaft and see a barely lit blue crawl space that you have to jump to. So you grab a crevice above that and drop into the crawl space. You go through the crawl space, then see a red crawl space in front of you. So you do a running long jump and grab to reach it. You go through that crawl space to a random place where you drop, go through another crawl space, and finally end this stupid level. Okay, so you get a cutscene with Sophia Lay, who tells you that you can't get her artifact, and we should go to hell. We tell her that she will pay for that thug leader's face, and that she won't be immortal for long. So Sophia Lay decides to run out of the building so she can play with her stick, which has the Eye of Isis at the end of it. Piece of shit level that doesn't let up on the player. Game breaking bug is unacceptable, although it isn't part of the original version. It lowers my expectations regardless. All secrets suck. There really isn't a good one, and there are 6 of them. Murky, pitch black water is really dickish, and I wish instead that we had the green water. The 6th secret. Enough said. Recreating the Sphinx from Tomb Raider 1 is pretty cool. Jumping off the Sphinx to get the 3rd secret is not cool. Enemies are extremely annoying and are placed in extremely awkward places. The frenemy mechanic here is stupid because of past levels. End cutscene is hilarious. Having Laura talk to herself is funny. Goodies are scattered in whatever places that developers feel like, which is not good. Underwater cave system is terrible. The choice strips players of fun and much needed items and is stupid. Underwater vehicle controls suck. Generically detailed environments. The rake is Suck My Wiener, and I give it a rating of 6.5. So Lud's Gate is a 6.5. Clearly the worst level of the game. They spent little to no effort here and just made a long level that was about an hour and 30 minutes. And that is if you don't get the game-breaking bug, which I've gotten several times, and it is really, really annoying. Anyway, So yeah, Lud's Gate is a 6.5. I will see you in City. Lud's Gate is a 6.5. This is 2D Ultimate out. Have a good day.